Welcome to Premath. In this video tutorial, we are going to find the partial fraction decomposition of this given rational expression, and this is our episode 21. So before we do partial fraction decomposition, let's focus on the denominator over here. As you can see, this is our quadratic factor, and that cannot be factored any further. So that's the reason why we are going to call it irreducible quadratic factor. And the other thing is that this has a power 2, means that it is repeating itself twice. So no wonder I put down it has repeated factors as well. Now let's get started with the partial fraction decomposition. Since this factor on the denominator, it is repeating itself twice, so we are going to have two fractions. One separated by another fraction. Two fractions. And then the very first one is we are going to put down this inside this parentheses. I am going to put down x squared plus 2, and then the next one is going to be x squared plus 2 and then square, since it's repeating twice. And since this is a quadratic factor, so we are going to put down simply a times, be careful with this one, a times x plus b. Always remember we're going to put down this one, and then since we are dealing with another quadratic factors, so this is going to become c times x plus d. And now our task is to find the values of constant a, b, c, and d. So let's move on to our next step. Let's focus on the denominator over here on the left hand side, which is x squared plus 2 power 2. I am going to multiply this one across the board over here. Let me go ahead and multiply x squared plus 2 square on this side. Likewise, x squared plus 2 square with this fraction, and likewise x squared plus 2 square on this fraction as well. And as you can see that this x squared plus 2 square cancels out with x squared plus 2 square on this first fraction on the left hand side, so we are ended up with only 3x power 3 plus 7x minus 4 equals to, if we look at this one over here, this x squared plus 2 crosses out with one of these ones, so we just simply ended up with ax plus b times x squared plus 2. And finally, this x squared plus 2 square crosses out with this x squared plus 2 square. So we are just left with plus cx plus d. So let's keep moving furthermore. I'm going to again just copy it down. 3x power 3 plus 7x minus 4 on the left hand side, and here I am going to multiply these two parentheses. So I'm going to use a FOIL method. That means this ax times x squared is going to make ax power 3, and ax times 2 is going to make 2ax. Likewise, bx squared plus bx squared and then plus 2b, and we are just going to write down cx plus d. And now as you can see on the left hand side, x squared term is missing, so I can rewrite this one as 3x power 3, and since x power 2 term is missing, I can write down 0 times x power 2 and then plus 7x minus 4. And on the right hand side, we are going to rearrange them according to x power 3 and then 2 and onward. So I'm going to write down this one over here, ax power 3 first. So I'm going to write down ax power 3, then I am going to write down bx square. All right, and then I am going to write down 2ax and plus cx. I can write them down like plus 2a plus c times x, and then finally these constants, which is 2b plus d. I'm going to write down plus 2b plus d, and I am going to call this one as our equation number 1. And now in our next step, we are going to equate, or sometimes we call it compare, the coefficients on the both side of this equation 1. So let's get started. Let's focus on x power 3. On the left hand side, the coefficient of x power 3 is 3, and the right hand side it is a. I can just simply equate them. I can write down 3 equals to a. Likewise, for x square part, the coefficient of x square on the left hand side is 0 and the right hand side is constant b. I can equate them as well. I can write down 0 equals to b, and then next is our x. So the coefficient of x on the left hand side is 7, and on the right hand side the coefficient of x is 2a plus c. I am going to equate them as well. I can write them 7 equals to 2a plus c, and finally on the left hand side the constant is -4, and the right hand side the constant is 2b plus d. Let's go ahead and equate them as well. So we got -4 equals to 2b plus d. So thus we can see that this 3 equal to a means that a value is just 3, and here means in the second equation b could be written as 0 value, and here in the constant section, so this -4, and we know that b is 0, so 2 times 0 plus d means -4 equals to d, means that d turns out to be -4 value. And finally, let's focus on this one over here, 7 equal to 2a plus c. I can just simply replace this a by 3, so 2 times a being replaced by 3 plus c means that is going to give us 7 equal to 6 plus c, means c value is just 1. So thus our a value turns out to be 3, b value is 0, c is 1, and d is -4. So thus in our partial fraction decomposition, wherever we see a, I am going to replace it by 3, b by 0, c by 1, and finally d by -4. And now here you can see we replace a by 3, b by 0, c by 1, and d by -4, and thus here is our final answer. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.